Okay, we start now, I guess. Mm, mm. Okay, tell me how you play this lane first, so I can understand your thinking. Dylan, are you there?
Yeah, I don't really know. All I did was try to avoid not dying. Like I didn't want to let golly snowball a lead. But I
Okay,
mean, I don't think my play represents that. I still think I played fairly aggressive.
okay,
Like I don't really think too much Ash.
okay. I'll pause right here. Okay, in this lane, you need to consider a few things. Um, Hold on. Check. First is your jungler. Okay, you have to think about who's your jungler, who's their jungler. The jungler is a Trox, so it's a champion that you never meet before. But you know he doesn't have a proper CC. He needs to aim it, so it's not a stun. It's not a very strong CC. Plus, Akali is useless until level 6, so he needs to survive this laning phase. You have a Evelyn that wants to level farm until level 6, get a huge lead. I mean, survive until she gets 6, then she can pressure side lanes and mid with invisibility, right? So in this game, your job is to play around the enemy jungler. By me playing around the enemy jungler, you cut the lane into half. Okay, shit, this is too small. You cut the lane into half. Then you have to decide: do you want to play on top or below? But since you're protecting your jungler, what you need to do is do a mini freeze. By mini freeze, it's freezing towards your turret until your mid calls for priority. Your mid wants cutter, you can shove, then the lane will push back to you. I'll explain later. But this is how your mindset should be. Cut the lane into half, play around your jungler. I will only cover macro, I won't talk. Okay? If you want to create a mini freeze, you have to create a slow push. To create a slow push, first you hit what you hit one one 3 minions. This 3 minions is very important because once you auto these 3 minions, all you need to do is last it. But if he casts on ability, let's say he kills this, right? He killed this ray. You need to do the same because you want to slow push. If you slow push, what will happen?
It'll eventually.
It will
What
bounce.
do you mean?
What will happen if you slow push?
The wave will eventually bounce back. I don't
Bounce.
know if there's like a specific timing on it, but
Okay, bounce back to you, right?
yeah.
So it bounce back. This is what you want to do. Control this area. You want to choke her from CSing, right? You want to choke her from future CSing. So um if you freeze here, what will happen? She needs Q and W to farm. She can use auto. If she use auto, you can walk here auto because the minion won't aggro you. You're too far away.
One thing about Ozzy, I'm sure you've noticed, is whenever he plays, he'll fucking churn out spells to shove wave. Like Ozzy hardly ever attempts to freeze his wave.
So that's good for you. So you have to think of enemy habit. You bought grabs, right? Okay. What you
Huh?
should you brought grabs. You need to do two things. One, contest her side of the lane. Okay, contest. If she stands here, you stand below. If she stands on top, you stand on top. Why? Why do you think I said so?
I don't. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's
That's
say
not really. I usually just try to play to sight my junglers on.
Okay, sure, but your jungler doesn't need your help right now, so you don't have to play around your jungler.
Okay.
So in this scenario, you have to think about. Okay, let's use bot lane as an example. Okay, it's easier. If I cut this lane into half, who should stand on top, who should stand below is depending on who stands below on this. Sivir doesn't want to stand against Lucian. Why?
Because
Because
Lucian can just all in her.
yeah, and it's
He
near,
can
right?
trade her ass easier. Yeah.
Yeah. So what if Sivir stands here, Lucian stands here? There's a minion, right? You see this? He can't. Lucian can't trade. So you apply the same concept in mid lane. He wants to farm safely. That's why he's standing below. So if you walk diagonally, what's happened? What will happen? This minion will aggro, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So means that she wins the trade. She can just kill auto you because you are tanking this minion. But if you stand below, if you if you force her, I mean, yep, if you force below auto, you can de-aggro this minion easily. You see how it works?
Yeah.
Because standing in line with a person is much more closer than standing opposite. It's like a triangle, you know. You see, it's a triangle.
Yeah.
You use maths. Maths applies in League of Legends. The one that's the ones that slanted is the um how do I say fathers, right? This is always
Yeah.
the biggest. Yeah. See, this is bad for you. This when you push this, they do not have enough minions to really. I mean, you don't have enough minions because you killed this too fast. You want this to die slowly as possible. You can push her, but you have to know this will result him getting all the minions because this minion will push towards the casters, right? Meaning the minions is closer towards her, so she can play safe. You don't want her want her to get CS from these minions because this melee will walk up to this. You want this melee to fight your melee. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want your melee to keep on fighting her melee. See, you see, this tree just walk up because there's no other minions, and that's free.
Yeah. He gets all through it. Okay. I
Yeah.
get what you're saying now.
Okay, this is where it gets important. This is very bad. You need to push this because roaming right now hurts you. This shouldn't be left.
Okay.
You this will punish you for the next 40 seconds until the next wave. Look what she's doing. Free farming. Look at the CS. She has more than you. She's close to you, which is not what you want. You want to be always be ahead of her. Right? In this lane, you want to always stand in front of your minions or beside your minions. You do not stand behind. What happens? She doesn't have she doesn't have a lot of damage really. Orianna is very strong with her autos, especially with grabs. You're not abusing it. You need to know grabs always want to proc the passive as much as possible in the melee matchup. That's why they stand aggressively. They abuse your E. You have oh shit, you didn't up E. Okay, if you add E, you can Q E. You gain stats, you gain defensive, plus um the ball okay, that's all actually. Stats, defensive and damage. But W doesn't really give you defensive. Look at the next damage. 60, 60. That's why people go QE. You only go QW against long range matchup because you can reach. Some people go level 1 E because they want to level 1 trade. Like they want to walk up, shield themselves, trade. Because the shield can block one ability. So it's very huge. Plus you gain 10 armor. So you need to read your abilities. You need to know what they do. So yeah, this is very bad from you for giving her some space early on, plus not abusing grabs.
Right.
I'm not covering any mechanics, okay? So yeah, don't worry. Look, she is just yes ahead of you. If you want to recover from this, you need to kill her backline minions as fast as possible. Like now. Like you have to walk up. I will explain why. You have to walk up, QW this. Because if this dies, this doesn't have damage. The casters are known for damage, right? Damage. Oh shit. Fuck.
Wrong one.
Damage. So so the frontline minion is tank, right? If you look at their stats, they are the tank. This is the damage. So what happens if you take out the damage? What do you think will happen?
What?
What do you think happens if you take out the damage?
My minions don't die.
Your minions don't die, right? So you can stack this wave, right? You can stack a huge wave. So once you stack a huge wave, you push, she will miss most of the minions because she can't spam Q, right? You
Okay.
want you want to recover from that. So that's why you clear the back wave minions. It helps you a lot. This is why wave manipulation is very important. See, she's abusing the fact that she's level 3 and you can't fight. Oh my god, you miss a cannon. Yeah, this lane is going bad for you because this wave is killing you. This wave is killing your lane. You need to okay. What you should do is, as a player, try to think of how you want to play the lane. You don't just play the lane just to win the lane, right? You you need to know how
I,
to win.
I was just trying not to lose this lane is what I was
Okay,
trying.
see, this is the wrong mindset. If you try not to lose, meaning you're always on the back end.
The way I saw it is though, like we have a winning bot matchup, and then we have a really strong carry jungler. So I feel like I mean, I could play to win the lane or play like to. I don't know. I just feel like trying to play to win this lane seems kind of pointless when I can just stop a Kali's early game snowball
Okay.
by
You
playing.
you need to know the difference between winning the lane and playing the lane properly.
Okay.
You want to play the lane properly. You don't need to win. This is this is conceding everything. She is weak early game. You want to punish her. You want to drop her CS so she can't get ahead. To tell you the truth, I've never seen anyone die to P6 Akali. It's almost impossible for you to die to P6 Akali if you're playing properly. That's why wave control is very important here.
Mm.
You look at her CS. Are you really stopping her early game? Technically, you're not because you're still giving her more farm. She will have more items than you. And what happens if 2v2 breaks out? You will lose because she has more items than you. This lead, if she gets at least a 1 kill lead, is very bad for you. Like she gains plus 13 CS lead, it it's almost equals to 300 gold. Almost. So you need to understand being behind. I mean, conceding conceding doesn't mean that you're surviving the lane. You're just delaying the fact that you're losing early game. So yeah, you want to play the lane properly. After this game, I will link you a few stuff that you can learn from. Okay, this is the example of mini freeze I'm going to talk about. You clear these two. I know it's usually three, right? It's usually three, but in this case, you want only two. You want to temporarily freeze. You don't want to permanently freeze. So if you can freeze here, it's very good for you. But your itemization says that you want to survive this lane, which you shouldn't. You brought time warp, is it? Did you?
Yeah, I have time warp and biscuit.
Oh no, no. As you do not bring time warp tonic anymore. Yeah, let me tell you why. Did you Google this or something?
No,
Because I'm sure no one brings time warp on mid lanes anymore.
well, I've seen plenty of. It's like 50-50. Like when I was looking at other mages, it's like 50-50.
Like because I'm sure that after the time warp nerf, people don't. They still do, huh? But what do they start? Okay. Yeah, most people don't bring time warp.
I don't understand why it's bad now.
Okay, I'll explain. Don't worry. Okay, take it this way. Let's see corrupting potion, right? People bring corrupting.
Corrupting. I don't see it like see how it was an actual nerf to the item. You just get 50% of the
No,
HP
it's
HP
because
and
of
mana
this.
right away.
It's because of this. Do you know? This is why people bring.
I just don't understand how.
People bring time warp tonic to abuse this. Plus, the old time warp tonic is, if I remember correctly, yep, potion biscuit at least lasts 20% longer. But now it consumes 50%. So what happens if you consume 50%? 6 seconds. 6 seconds you can only bring out one rotation. How about 12 seconds? 12 plus 20% is like 2 extra seconds, I think. 2 extra seconds meaning um 14 seconds. For 14 seconds you can abuse this. Plus you can regenerate more health, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, they want to abuse this. You need to understand that this is a lot of help. That's why you see. Let me let me show you. Okay, Victor. Victor used to bring time warp tonic, right? You see what happens when time warp got changed. You look at these items. Everyone is swapping as a top laner, but I don't know why. Only the Koreans are swapping actually. You you don't bring time warp tonic. I don't think they bring time warp tonic even with corrupting. Let me see. Oh, actually they do. I'm sure I've seen players who never bring. I just don't feel like people should bring time warp tonic anymore.
Uh,
Cosmic time warp. Interesting. Wait, is this? Okay. Anyways, I don't think that the new time warp tonic is good again. I mean, with corrupting, it
uh,
feels so bad to lose 6 seconds of your corrupting. But I guess if you really need to survive against bursty damage, then sure go ahead. But you're not against someone who can burst you early game. I guess against Jace and such they would bring. If I remember all the matchups they are playing. Yeah. So time warp tonic only if you're fighting bursty. But against like Fiora, I think bringing the normal potion is fine because you want to abuse this because she is a long trader. She doesn't burst you. She's more of sustain fights. So you want to try to fight her. Ouch. Let me ask you, are you scared of Ozzy?
What do you mean? Scared of him beating me?
Hmm.
Like scared of landing against him?
More of, are you respecting him too much?
I don't think so. I think it's more like I think Akali's just a fucking broken champion.
Okay.
And this is my first time playing the Orianna into the Akali matchup.
Okay.
So like I'm not sure like what trades I can get away with.
Okay. Wait, are you pushing? Uh, this is okay. Why were you pushing?
I think I reset soon. I could be wrong, you know?
That.
I guess I'm definitely. I don't know.
So you were autopiloting the landing phase.
I feel like I autopilot most landing phases.
I see. So you were relying on mechanics to win most of the landing phase.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I never said you were wrong about that. I think I could have gotten another auto in there.
Call your jungler.
I think I did call him.
Wait, you had enough money for control ward.
Fuck it. I did not have enough money for control word in base.
Good. I think you could have waited. You're going to lose this entire winner wave, by the way.
I only get 2 minions of XP.
Mm. And by the way, you should recall on cannon wave. It's much more better. They can't hard shove
Yeah,
cannon wave,
I just couldn't stay because I wasted a bunch of mana.
which is why you ask your jungler to come. See, let me back off for you, okay? I'll say why it's bad. Assuming you didn't push this wave, right? You didn't push this wave. You want to plan your recall, right? You can wait for the next cannon wave because you got a good wave. You got a good wave that she doesn't want to push. She wants this lane to push towards her. That's why this lane shouldn't be pushed. That's why I said early in the beginning, if you freeze her, it's very bad for her because she can't use her W. If she uses her W, what happens? Call your Evelyn, walk behind, bam, dead. Because she's too far up forward. She needs her W to farm, but she can't. So you can choke her most of the EXP and gold. Let's say this lane didn't get pushed, right? You wait, then you wait for next wave, then the next wave will be cannon wave. So if the lane is stuck here in the almost in the center, what happens? You have a big minion, right? You have a big minion coming. So you ask your jungler, you need to come here. I don't have enough mana. So he knows you don't have enough mana. Push together. Then recall. It doesn't matter if it takes your EXP. What matters is that you got a good recall. He doesn't have a good recall. Because why? If the lane comes back, the lane will bounce, right? The lane will come back into your favor in the next two waves. You need to think ahead because because enemy minions will be stuck here first because the wave is bouncing. That's why they will fight here. Then their wave will get bigger. It will be pushed back towards you. So what happens? It resets, right? It resets back to you.
Okay.
Yep. So you need to think of this. You need to think of ways to reset to your own lane again. I mean, to your own favor. Oh my god. This is okay. At this point, this is bad for you. She got a good recall of, which is a hashtag revolver or cutlass. But hashtag revolver is good if she wants to all in and help his jungler. So she will have temporary priority until your jungler gets to level 6 because he can't survive the river. Even if you guys fight 2v2, what happens? You die. There's no way you both will win. Even if you both try to outplay, you guys can't win. Why? Look at the items. It's a huge difference. This is a big difference in items. Plus, Akali level 6 is much more stronger than yours. Why? If these two combine damage, Aatrox has burst. Akali has burst. So Akali ultimate, what does it do? Deal based on missing HP, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it's only the
Yeah.
second cast. I could be wrong though.
Yeah. The second cast. But the second cast is what makes it strong. So you make an enemy low, that's it. You execute him. So yeah. So in this case, you lost the game for your own jungler. Your jungler is struggling in the next few minutes because of the itemization difference. You didn't shut her down. You didn't make her recall for double M Tome. The difference between the double M Tome and revolver is that she doesn't have the passive. This passive is very strong for someone like you and someone like Evelyn. It's very soft. So yeah, every damage counts. That's why if you bring grabs, if you poke often, what weapon? You poke, he will get low, right? He will get to this health bar sooner or later in laning phase earlier on. She can't sustain. Akali can't sustain early game. So that's why they don't pick her as a blind pick. So once she get low, she has to recall for a bad item, right? That's what you want her to do. Get a bad item plus plus zero kill pressure. She needs this kind of items to have kill pressure. What happens if she needs kill pressure? She needs to recall for revolver, right? So she recalls for revolver. You can push and help your jungler, then recall for a better item than her because you force her to recall once. So she needs to buy a very bad item while you are saving up for a very huge item. To be honest, they isn't abusing the fact that you're losing the lane. What he could have done, okay, I will talk in jungler's perspective, right? You see, rate this up, right? Rate this up. What I would do as a mid laner, because I'm a jungle mid abuser. Jungle come in, push this lane for me. We invade their raid because we will win 2v2. Assuming my top doesn't die like this is fucking monkeys. But if in an equal state game, if I see this is coming up, I have an item spike. My Aatrox is much more stronger than my Evelyn early game. I will fight this and force you guys to back off. If you guys don't back off, you guys fight for it, I will kill both of you. So this is the kind of games you meet in Challenger. I mean, if you fight higher elo, mid jungle will always work together to abuse this timing. See this? Up soon. Maybe if both of you are early game, take it. fight over it. Look at your bot lane, push. You can call your bot lane. Set up a wave to invade their raid. After we invade, they have to protect it, right? Because their jungler needs level 6. So yeah, things like this you have to understand. Power spikes and such, item spikes. This is very strong. I don't really understand what Day is doing. He doesn't need to be here. Akali level 6 is so much stronger than Ori level 6.
I think he comes mid soon and I have to blow my flash.
Mm-hmm. See? He just burn your potion with just one Q1 auto. I don't know. It feels like both the junglers are buffing wrongly. But that's fine. We are going to talk about more about mid lane, right? We call
Knowing the best jungle path would help me avoid ganks more than likely, though, right?
yeah. So did your jungle call where the jungler is? Red, right? Did you guys know he was at red buff? Did anyone call it?
I had assumed in game I had assumed he was at red buff because our fucking red buff just spawned.
Yeah.
I had
So
assumed that. No one made the call, which is an issue, but
stop. Why do you have to ward here? If you
oh
are
wait,
if
what?
you're pushing, you should ward here. If you're pushing as a laner. Against this type of champions, if you ward here, your entire river is safe.
Wait,
Because
did I place that ward with Evelyn down there though?
no
Down
no no
down
no.
in lane? I don't think I did.
No you
Like
didn't.
I think I placed it like way earlier when I wasn't sure where anyone was at, so I just wanted to get a ward off.
The jungler just shown bot, right? Yep, the jungler shown bot. You're pushing this. Interesting. Walk that far backwards. Okay, that's fine. It's a 50-50 either way. It's better if I... Yep. Okay, this is how you should trade. Ori versus Akali. You throw your Q, don't throw your W.
Is it
You
just because it's too much mana?
Yeah, it's too much mana. It's better is you QE. Because the Akali will try to shroud and walk towards you, right? So the QE will hit. Then if she goes back to invisible, you can QW. You will have a lot of damage. Because QW is a risk. You won't have survivability. Because you can use your W for two things. To run.
Speed up, slow
Yeah.
down.
Yeah. Speed up, slow down. So you can cut, right? Let's say you W below you here. Meaning she can't walk up for auto. But you can run, you can auto her with grabs. It's fine if you lose the W damage, it's fine. Because your W damage will get covered by the grabs. You use the W defensively to run away from a Kali auto. I mean, in this lane, you shouldn't even use your abilities to trade her until she goes in for you. You should forever
Yeah,
use
until
your
she
autos.
chases me.
Yeah, because your spells are much more better defensively. What are you staying for?
I think it's because it wasn't a cannon wave. Matt told me not to back.
Yeah, he wanted to
And
invade.
he wanted. Yeah. But like Aatrox snakes me really soon. Might be hero.
Yikes.
Oh, did they just move the pink? Oh no.
No.
Okay, we get that. Oh, this is okay. This is bad.
Yep. See the difference? Your jungler is thinking differently from you. You want to recall, he wants to invade. So there's zero communication. He didn't tell you what you want to do. You didn't tell him what you wanted to do. This is why you talk to your jungler. Jungle, I'm going to push this wave and back off.
I'm
Can
not trying to make excuses here,
no, yeah,
but
no, yeah.
I definitely told Matt this time I need a back. Me and Matt, like, we played together last season too. This is probably our biggest problem when it comes to working together. It's he'll invade when I say I'm trying to back, or I'll back when he says he's gonna invade. So it's poor communication rather than no communication,
Okay.
or
But
poor listening, I guess.
but you're poor. I mean, you're playing around Evelyn, right? I mean, you guys are playing
Yeah,
around Cody, right?
yeah.
So who should have the leadership role? Who should be the who should be the superior command? Cody, right?
God, but if I don't have mana to do what he wants me to do,
Yeah. So
then
you have to think.
and then that just has to do with my training habits in lane. But
Yep. Yep. Definitely. So you have to ask Gode, Gode, what are you going to do? I will tell him. Because before the game, I pulled him to the call. I told him a few things what he needs to do, but he has been doing it. Just that not consistently. Like he has been saying he's going to scuttle, he's going to invade, but he doesn't say it in the future prediction. He say it when
when
he's
he's
going
there,
there. Yeah. So he needs
yeah.
to say it in prediction. That's why you instead of him saying it, why not you do this? Jungle, I'm going to recall soon. Can I push? If he says that he wants to invade soon, then okay, you have to think. If he wants to invade, what I want to do. Look at his puffing. If he puff red raptors and puffing downwards here, meaning he said he wants to invade bot side after his wolves. So you have time to create this big wave.
Okay.
So he says that I'm going red because he said it before, right? Red raptors or something. Red raptors, then I'm going to go scuttle. So you have time.
Mm-hmm.
You have time to create the the wave. You have to think. Okay, I shouldn't trade Akali right now because my jungler is going to invade. My jungler wants this scuttle, so I should save some mana for him. So I need to know what he wants and how much mana should I keep. Should I keep above 300 mana? Should I keep a certain HP bar and such? Like for Evelyn, if you want to combo with Evelyn, what people do with Evelyn is that they purposely like aggressively trade. Like they let's say you're 100 versus 100% HP, right? 100%.
Yeah.
Let's say you have Evelyn, you drop each other to 50, then you go even further. Let's say 30, but
Better for Evelyn, right?
yeah, but you have Evelyn. So what happens is he just back off. The one with Evelyn can just back off and wait for his Evelyn to clean up. You don't need assist. It's fine if you don't have assist because he can 1v9. Evelyn is a champion that can 1v9 with invisibility because she can one shot anybody. You saw her one shotting Sivir, right? Even with the spell shield. Yeah. So people trade aggressively, like blindly. Then the other will call him stupid. Like I got sustain. He doesn't sustain. Is he stupid? But in this case, you're using your jungler. You're using um an advantage that your jungler has, which is the execute. That's why most people that pair up with Akali are burst damage champions. like bursty comms. Like you see Lissandra Nocturne, right? Lissandra
Yeah.
outs Nocturne, like okay, like Lissandra goes in, right? Yeah. Lissandra does Nocturne does the damage. Lissandra is a bursty type. So only Noct needs to execute. So this is how you abuse each other champions. Look at their comp. They if you look at their comps, everyone is DPS. DPS, DPS. This champion is I consider it as burst, I guess. Burst. So to get into Akali execute range, these two needs to deal enough damage, which is bad. Why? They require time. They need like 4 seconds to set up for Akali, which you don't want. You want to instantly kill somebody, you want to delete somebody off the map, right? But you look at your comp. Everyone is you look at this tree. This is healthy drafting, right? If I
Yeah.
remember, yeah. These three works well together. Why? If all of them hit the same target,
They all have
yeah,
really they
yeah,
all have good burst damage.
yeah. So you guys will enable this Evelyn to execute more. You want the Evelyn
By the
to
way,
hmm?
I just want to mention I went fucking pro into nationals this game.
When oh yeah, I saw.
Okay.
I mean you shouldn't go ROA nationals. You should go early Mercury threats or something if you want to survive. If you want to survive.
I think I go Merc Treads next back, but I just couldn't decide on what boots to get because they're quad, they're fucking triple.
Wait, why did you do that? Can you tell me?
I just thought he was gonna all in, and having a low CD ult, kind of just use it a lot. I have to go flash here. This is where I go flash.
Imagine you had ulti.
Yeah, you're right. I think we end up killing them both anyway, though. I could be wrong.
I think you killed them both.
Matt called it. I think he somehow knew Aatrox was there. I think maybe he saw him on a board or some shit, but he called it early.
You know why? As a jungler, this is okay. I'm a jungler, right? You know I'm a jungler
Yeah.
main.
Hmm?
So how I view things is that the way I path is also the way the Atrox is pathing. Like let's
Sure.
let's let,
Yeah.
let's see the last time the Atrox show up on the map. I would assume it's blue. Okay. So he knows that his blue is up, right? So what happens if blue is up? Instantly takes it, right? So that's the mindset of jungler. If your buff is up, I'm going to take it instantly. But this is called irregular pathing. I taught Nico and Helte this. If you're doing irregular pathing, what happens if you do irregular pathing? You're pathing the way as enemy jungler. So he knows that the enemy jungler is top side. And look at the way you're playing the lane. Because
He didn't relay. He didn't relay the information to me. Okay, that's where we saw him. We saw him on that ward there, I guess. I don't know. I feel like maybe he should have relayed the information. He was
But
there.
you have to realize he's also talking a lot of as a jungler he's actually relaying a lot of information. But not enough, right? So that's why you ask. He's sometimes autopiloting. You need to push him. Say where's Atrox? Don't just wait for him. If you are not
Yeah.
sure where the enemy jungler is, ask. Like you said, I'm not sure where Atrox is. So you ask instantly, jungler, where's the Atrox? Like here, this is bad. When I look at your jungler, he's not near to support you. Plus he wants to go for this scuttle. Like I said, If he wants to go for this scuttle, you have to save some of your abilities to save some of your HP. So you play around bot side here. Because why? Your jungler is buffing towards bot side. So you play around bot side. You need to know the window of fighting. If your jungler is strafing around river, you can fight. But you're standing below here while you're fighting. So what happens if enemy jungler comes? Just walk below, your jungler is near you. This is fighting in windows. You're fighting in intervals. You're not fighting blindly. But in this case, you're fighting blindly. Okay, in this game, okay, because I'm teaching you guys how to play like Asians, us as a players who play mid lane, will 100% focus on junglers. We will not prioritize ourselves because we prioritize looking at the jungler. If our jungler needs help, we will help if we can. But if you can't, then it's too bad. Look, your jungler was about to reach somewhere here, I think. But then, since this is not a solo queue game, he responds immediately. Look where your jungler is. Look, the moment he see Aatrox, look, this is why you should thank God there for his fucking godlike reactions. Because the moment he saw Aatrox, he rotates. If it's a normal jungler, he will walk here. I can guarantee you, most solo queue junglers won't help you because they deem you as dead. Don't you see this as dead to you? Like this is yeah, this is like
No, I think. I mean, if I had ult, I think I would have been fine there.
I mean, they is really bad at rocks. What the?
Yeah.
But yeah, most solo queue junglers won't help you if you're positioned like that. You need to be in the river. I mean, near the river together with your jungler. Then he can help you. Why did you auto the turret?
Ozzy was dead for another 10 seconds.
Oh my god, you actually lose a lot of. Okay, the moment you push this, recall. Recall. Don't stay. Okay, let's count from the moment you didn't recall, okay? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's already one recall. 10, 9, 12, 13, 14. Okay, 13. 13 plus 8. You require, I think, 8 seconds to recall, I think. If I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
it's like it's 8.
So you lose 22, you lose 13 seconds just by hitting this turret. If you're losing 30 seconds, um, 1. Okay, let's say if you walk. But you're actually wasting more. What were you waiting for? Mana? I guess so.
Fucking mana,
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 seconds you covered this distance, right? This distance is like one turret. So if you minus these 13 seconds, you add in another 13 seconds to, I guess you'll be reaching around here. You will be around mid lane, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are not on the map. This is what people call Orianna. It's not on the map. We can do something. You should have been here. See, this is free roam. He gets a free roam. I'm not sure if he managed to get it, but it shouldn't be.
Yeah, I think only Reese it does.
Yeah, but This is what 13 seconds have done to you. You can stop the Akali from getting to this bot lane because you're there. You are present on the map. So yeah, you got punished for your greedy. I think Ozzy is very good at punishing timing, but he doesn't see it for himself. Okay, you pick me.
And then there's this then me and Akali lane again, just in bot lane. I wouldn't really call it laning. I think we both just shove waves and then dip into fog of war.
Yeah. But if you're shoving this with what for? Why are you
Minions.
why are you shoving?
Uh, I think what happens here is I tell Goose I'm gonna shove this, and then I tell Goose I'm gonna go top because I don't want to lane versus Vera.
But you screwed up the laning. Yeah.
I don't know how side lane. Period. I
No no
like
no no.
the
This,
only thing I know about side lanes is the 1, 2, 3, and then like that tells you if your fucking waves pushing or how many
okay. No,
minions you freeze or some shit.
look at this. You want to farm without giving them farm. You don't want to lane against Fiora, right? What
Uh,
happens if you shove? If Fiora shows, he can freeze against the Poppy. The Poppy doesn't want that. So technically you're making your Poppy die. Because this is a very long lane. You want this lane to freeze, so he does the same. He freeze. So what happens if these both lane freeze? They can't farm effectively, right? Because the lane is frozen towards near you. Because there's no objective on the map except this. What's the next dragon? Mountain. Okay. You shouldn't push
we
this wave.
just took the last one like a minute ago or some shit.
Yeah, I know. So there's no objective on the map, technically, except top side. But everyone looks like they are not in position. Your support should focus for top side. I don't know why is he here. There's no reason for Cam to be here. But I'm not here to talk about him. But yeah, this lane shouldn't push. If you want to fight a specific person, but you're not confident who's going to come bot lane, you freeze first. You don't just push. You want to freeze because there's no objective. There's no dragon. This rift, no one is in position to do it. So if you push, and both of you are actually trolling. Uh, so both of you recall, was it? No? Both of you didn't recall. You walk back to top. Okay, both of the team are trolling. Okay, you should have been punished. Both of you should have been punished. If they freeze sideways, what will happen? You guys can't farm, right? Because this whole jungle is not warded except top side, which is wow. He managed to get this ward. Interesting. So if this sideways gets froze, meaning everyone is choking for mid farm. You see how it works? Because there's no vision,
Yeah.
so everyone is choking for mid farm. Everyone wants the XP. That's why freezing and pushing is very important. You need to know when to freeze, when to push. You make a plan. Do you want this wave to push or to freeze? We haven't even enter like late game, and we spent like 1 hour on this. Shouldn't shouldn't hard shove.
What Ash?
Shouldn't hard shove. I mean, you shouldn't even shove the wave. He's giving you more farm. Look, you could have gotten 50 more CS. In this timer, this CS is considered low. This CS is considered decent. But you have been sitting in side lanes. So you should have more XP than your AD carry. But because because you screwed up your early game, he has more CS. This at this minute you should have around 10.2 CS per minute against a matchup that doesn't pressure you that much. Plus, you're getting free farm from sideways. So you can freeze, farm. 10.2 CS. What happens if you extra 40 CS? 40 CS is around the 300, 600, 700, 800. So you can buy your stinger, I guess, since you're going. See, that's how much gold you're missing. You can bought stinger. This is why in competitive, everyone looks at the CS. That's why you see everyone will have 10 CS per minute in competitive. Because if you're not reaching 10 CS per minute, you're considered behind. But because he has skills, he has like 26 CS, 27 CS. So he's near 10 CS per minute, but he's in a losing matchup. He's in a struggling matchup, so that's fine for him. He's at 9.0. You're not at 9.0. You're at like 8 point something. Or even 7.9 or something. This CS is very bad. He needs to only be at least like 10 CS down, not this much. Because if this lane pushes back to him, he can freeze. If Fiora freeze, more items, meaning you guys will start losing if they know how to freeze. That's why people funnel side waves and freeze. If there's no objectives, there's no point in pushing. You only push if you want to do something on the map. But are you guys doing anything on the map? Like, are you guys aiming for anything on the map? It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like you guys want to siege or something. This.
I don't know. All I know is I literally end up sitting in the side lane for this 20 minutes. However long the rest of the game is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about you don't know, yeah.
Like for the next 10 minutes, like what you're pretty much gonna say to me is, why are you hard shoving this? Because that's all I literally do for the next 10 minutes, Ash.
Okay. So I'm telling you what happens if you hard shove, right? I told you the consequences against good teams. So that's why in the future, you don't do it. If only you guys are going for objectives, you push. If not, continue farming. Freely farm until something is going to happen. Okay? There's nothing else for you to do, just farm. This is how competitive games are. Fucking boring. So just farm. You don't have to do anything. What?
Yeah, we had comms during that. He was like, oops, I fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. Why is it resource resetting?
It's
What?
fucking Rezo. It's Rezo. What is
Wait. How much armor skill does he have? You can just back off for Ruby plus Longsword. Everyone is resetting except him.
I think
Hold
I
on.
think Goose said to reset or some shit, or maybe it was me. Someone said to reset though.
Everyone is resetting except Rizzo.
You don't even draft if Rezo is playing, so
Yeah, I don't want to draft when he's around. Okay, nope. Everyone resetted. Only Rizzo hasn't reset. Fiora can late recall because she has TP. It doesn't matter. So yeah, see everyone at their power spike. Only Rizzo isn't. Rizzo is the only player that didn't reset.
That guy's terrible at Thresh. I also want to say that.
I know. Oh my god. It doesn't even need ulti. What the
I think Akali kills me once in the side lane because I didn't think her ult CD was that low, so I guess it was kind of disrespectful play.
This is why you should Google. Need to.
Oh, I have like the chart thingy of like every champ's CC. It's just like, or how long like the champs cooldowns and shit are when they have 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 45%. I have that.
You have that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just get lazy and don't read it, which is bad. But
Ozzy isn't greedy.
I'm sure he's not greedy.
I take my words back.
Then you get used Shroud as soon as you said that.
I mean, if she just farm, she wouldn't be greedy. She played it correctly. Because she can't see Evelyn on the map. This is what Evelyn does. Her not being shown on the map is just too strong. But teams don't pick her. Teams don't pick her because how do I say? Teams are smart not to take dumb aggression. They don't do this kind of engages. They wait everyone on the map, then they do it. At this point, there's nothing much to talk about since you're just literally playing with your team.
Sitting inside,
Yeah,
shoving fucking inside.
because this is called a variable. A variable meaning the league game has been decided
It'll
by
go back
your
in every game.
the early to mid is what is consistent. So if your early is shit, your mid will be shit. If your early is good, your mid will be good. But late game is just decided by team comps. Unless you're a split pusher. If you're a split pusher, then I can talk about late game. But at this point, you're not a split pusher. Wow, they do the
Like, I
balance
didn't
also.
think his ult CD was about the same as mine. I really didn't. I thought there'd be like 30 extra seconds on his ult than on mine.
100 seconds. Whoa, you're 40 seconds ahead.
I mean, I shouldn't have been surprised. I knew when my team was taking Orianna, he was fucking aggressive on me.
How did you die?
Fucking pressed on.
So you're fighting because it's I guess it's a win matchup for you. Oh my god. Okay, there's mechanics. I won't talk about it.
I got unlucky, man. That's what I'm sticking with.
Should QE, like I said, yeah. So next time against Akali, QE. Save the W for the next QW.
I don't care if you tell me mechanics. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm not a person.
The only thing I care about is learning, really.
Which is why I'm covering everything about macro as a mid laner. The freezing part, everything. Okay, since there's nothing else to talk about here, it's mostly just early game or whatever. But
Got
here,
here one shots a couple more people and then the game moves.
yeah, it's literally just Gordy just carrying these kind of fights. Okay, you should. Have you watched Command Attack?
Yeah. I've watched his Orianna and Talia specifically. I haven't watched like educational things from him. Just like if he's like in a game or some shit. I'd fucking go download it off op.gg and watch it. Or do the op.gg spectate thing.
Hold on. Yes.
TJ wrote this.
Yeah, TJ wrote this. You can click him. He does a lot of examples. But yeah, I can't really teach you how to control the wave because it requires a lot of theory and practical. You just have to do it. That's why I say play with goose. Try to do it. Like make a drill. You know what's a drill, right? Like make a situation. Like
Yeah.
what happens if you get a good situation? What happens if you have a bad situation? How do you break the freeze and such? So okay, if I need to break this freeze, I need a jungler because I can't break it by myself. So you consider this situation as bad for you. So
Oh, that's
okay.
electrocute Orianna. I miss electrocute Orianna. Not
Well,
electrocute, but fucking Thunderlords.